This is WPSX-TV, Channel 3, with studios at the University Park campus of the Pennsylvania State University.
We welcome you back to Hershey Park Arena. Shel Siegel along with Larry Sheridan and Marvin Walenzik, ready to go at 152 pounds, wearing the red ankle bands from Trinity High School, District 7. Damon Brown and his opponent from Warren High School, District 10, wearing the green ankle band, Joe Farr. I'm sorry, this is Kellen O'Daniel and Jeff Contrabone. We've got Brown and Farr ready to come up. Keelan O'Daniel from Cannon McMillan is wearing the red anklet, and Jeff Contrabone of Harbor Creek, District 10.
Couple of youngsters out here. O'Daniel
wearing the green. O'Daniel's only a sophomore, and Contrabone is a junior.
Contrabone has a fall, a 5-1 and 11-2 win. I don't think he's been tested in this tournament as yet. O'Daniel may be a relative, maybe a brother of Romeo O'Daniel, who went out in the last year, lost to Brian Cipollone in the finals by DQ.
1:10 left, first period. Round the back door and putting on a cross-body ride is Jeff Contrabone of Harbor Creek.
Now you have to know that Keelan O'Daniel has been here each time by a whisker, 8-6, 9-8, 4-2 in overtime. Over Chris Potter of Lower Merion, who's an excellent wrestler. So I think you've got a youngster who's really worked hard to get here, shown he could win the tight matches, doesn't fold up. But Contrabone has been one of the people in this tournament that I have felt has been superbly impressive. He'll hawk you, he'll follow you, he'll horse you. He's got some point-scoring moves. He doesn't panic.
This continues a nice ride. Ooh, there was a split scissor situation there.
Take a look at that takedown again, Larry.
This works off this shrug right here. Boom, and goes around the back. Quickly slips in that leg faster than the camera could do.
Tonight, I think there are 9,300 here. I think it's sold out.
We know you're wrong on that, Marvin, because I think the fire laws would preclude that many.
Not so. 1,100 standing room tickets, 7,500 seating, 8,600, and the remainder in various personnel, counting guys like us.
No, various personnel do not count in your tally.
Control, excellent control of riding by Contrabone.
Watch Contrabone work, Larry, from the top.
Period ends.
You're going to love this kid from the top.
2-0 green. Green defers. Red chooses down. Here you go, John.
Choice was that of Contrabone. He deferred the choice. Said, let O'Daniel pick it. O'Daniel, the sophomore, says, I'll take the bottom.
The official is Gregory Duke of Millersville, Pennsylvania, in his first tournament. And Tim Ritter of Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania, is the assistant referee.
Brings back a name, Shell. There's a cross-body ride. Trying to stand it up, but will end up as potentially dangerous.
There you see Mark Urey, Harbor Creek coach, on the mat.
Stop that quick, right on the start.
This, of course, was third back in the PIAA states way back in 1974 and is a former Pennsylvania State freestyle champion.
First false start against O'Daniel. His first false start. Again, does that roll, that shoulder roll, but control still belongs to
Contrabone.
Grappler from Harbor Creek. We may get something at the edge, and we'll get an escape.
Makes it 2-1, Larry, in favor of the orange-clad Contrabone from Harbor Creek.
Jim Newman, head coach, and Cannon McMillan, his assistant.
I was wondering if Jerry Seifert made it up here, Shell. I didn't see him, but he's certainly a strong rooter for Nazareth. And right now, Nazareth looks, they're in second place because Cannon McMillan has already won this championship. So the battle really is for runner-up.
O'Daniel trying to bring the man down. Finally does get control and picks up 2.
Catrabone leads 4-1.
Catrabone out in front by 3 as they go off. 53 seconds to go in the second period.
Keelan O'Daniel is a real scrapper. For a sophomore, he's battling an excellent junior. A couple of guys will be back next year. Looking for more action. Maybe not at the same classes.
He's going to turn it the right way, I'll tell you that.
Tries that roll again. Trapped momentarily. Takes that shoulder roll. Now he's trying to come out with a Peterson sit.
You got 2.
If he picks it up, he says he's got a 2-point near fall in that combination. O'Daniel trying to come through.
Wants to trade him too, but at this point, Catrabone, again, this is a guy who can ride. He can just flat out ride.
So he gets a 2-point near. It's 6-1 now. O'Daniel down by 5 with 24 seconds left. Second period. O'Daniel, a sophomore, wrestling a junior. These boys will be back next year for certain.
Good move by O'Daniel if he frees the arm. He hit that. Look at Catrabone.
He just shift those hips.
Yeah, but the block, see, O'Daniel used that arm, Larry, to block that. Now Catrabone is back.
Period ends. Oh,
Well, it's very close whether or not he gets those points at the end.
Oh, no, I think he gave him 2 for a near fall and 2
2 near fall, 2 reversal, son.
for a reverse. So now it's 6-5.
It's a good call. Again, that's the point that Dr. John Osage makes. You can have things in hand already called before you announce it. Here it is.
Okay, ready.
He's just sitting through. He's just hipping out, coming around, and he gets stopped momentarily, but he continues on through, Marv. And there's the question, was it a continuous roll through?
Or was it changed, yeah.
Third and final period.
And what I think saved it was the fact that the bell rang.
Yeah, that was it because...
And had the bell that rang, they'd have gone right on through and it would have been zip. But it was
6-5 lead,
4
Catrabone.
biggies.
Bottom man, warning, let's move.
Stalling against Petrabone.
Catrabone.
Here we go.
Catrabone.
Catrabone. We'll have a timeout.
And we hope that wherever you are throughout the state of Pennsylvania, you are enjoying this match. And if you are, just take a moment and let your local public television station know about it. Drop a card or letter to the program director in care of the PPTN, Pennsylvania Public Television Network station upon which you're watching this telecast. Third and final period, 127.
Was that announced at 63,000, Marv, or 53?
53,000 people is the final tally for all the sessions of the
now 7-5
tournament thus far.
In favor of Catrabone.
Well, the way these fellows have been working, this may not be over. O'Daniel certainly doesn't want to get into a lock-up position here. He wants to stay loose and try to shrug, work off an arm and go. And there's Catrabone trying for that leg as he presses the attack. O'Daniel fires the shot, and there's the good counter.
It was a good attempt and a good counter, and finally, Catrabone is still hanging on. Will he get 2?
He's got to get his hips up and pull through. He's got to pull him, get his hips up and pull over his head. There's 2.
He's got 2.
Well, Keelan O'Daniel wants a peek at this one. The young sophomore has shown that he has plenty of competitive instinct.
I don't think he can hold Catrabone the next 40 seconds.
7-7 is the score, and 35 seconds to go.
Unless Catrabone makes one of those rolls and he gets trapped on his back on a move that he initiated.
O'Daniel leaning hard in on the arm, trying to grasp it as Catrabone was looking to slide the hips through.
Catrabone just wants to get out. If he can get out, he can win.
Now we get stalling on top, tight waist, and hard ride.
Now 20 seconds.
You really got to do that. You got to stay in control. You let him up, you lose the title.
Both been warned.
Both been warned.
Yeah.
With 20 seconds left, tied on the board at 7 each.
Catrabone's going to move those hips
it's a tough
immediately.
thing. You got to hang on, but you can't stall out.
Move those hips and went for the roll.
Whoops. And 7 seconds to go. Catrabone comes out of it, with just 7 seconds on the clock.
Well, Marvin, would you wrestle him or let him go if he does a shoulder roll?
I
Just
would
pull the right arm out.
I would alternate start and cut him loose. And at 5 seconds, I would stay in there in a low stance, and I would not back up. I would take him as he came to me in a low stance. That's the strategy.
Don't let him switch. Pull the arm out.
Don't let him
go
catch
step
you,
over.
period.
That's right, but the period will end.
At the buzzer,
At
he's
the
on his
buzzer.
back. It doesn't matter. 9-7.
Great action. Great action.
Good battle as Jeff Catrabone wins for Coach Mark Yorey from Harbor Creek, the 145-pound championship.
We'll take one last look at that final maneuver in the last 7 seconds, Larry, and this did it.
He sits out from one side, then try to take, I think he took the shoulder roll right here. There goes the roll. He hits, then he traps him coming back, goes to the inside switch, and says, I'm now on top with 8 seconds remaining. And well covered in great camera action for the crew down there.
And so Catrabone is the champion, winning his 105th career.